Hello friends, I am back with another fun video in which we are going to do another fun activity that has been taken from your book Marigold Class 5 NCERT, and the title of the poem is Teamwork. And to get to this activity you have to turn to page number 23. So this activity is from the section Think and Write. We have already written the first two answers of the questions in this section. Now we are moving on to the third question, that is in which we have to read the poem first. So the name of the poem, or the title of the poem, is For Want of a Nail. So let's read it. For want of a nail the shoe was lost. For want of a shoe the horse was lost. For want of a horse the rider was lost. For want of a rider the battle was lost. For want of a battle the kingdom was lost. And all for the want of a horseshoe nail. So because a nail was lost, so a horseshoe was lost. Because a horseshoe was lost, then the horse was lost. Because horse was lost, the rider was lost. And because the rider was lost, he lost the battle. And lastly, because the battle was lost, the king loses its kingdom. And all this happened because one horseshoe nail was lost. So did you understand that? So let's read the poem once again. For want of a nail. For want of a nail the shoe was lost. So the shoe wanted a nail and there was a nail missing, so the horseshoe was lost. For want of a shoe the horse was lost, because now the horse did not have a horseshoe, the horse was lost. For want of a horse the rider was lost, because now the horse is lost, the rider will be lost as well. For want of a rider the battle was lost, because one rider made a mistake, they lost the battle. And at last, for want of a battle, the kingdom was lost. The king lost his battle. The king lost his kingdom because he loses the war. And at last, what happened? And all for the want of a horseshoe nail. And all these things happened because they lost a horseshoe nail. So it's a traditional rhyme. So now what do we have to do? We have to form questions for the answers given in the speech bubble. So they have already given us the answers this time. Every time what happens, we are given the question and we write the answers. But this time they have given us the answers and we have to write questions. So let's start writing the questions. So the first answer that they have given is the shoe was lost because of the nail. Okay. So the question would be, how did the shoe get lost? You know, the horseshoe got lost because it did not had a nail, right? So the shoe was lost because of the nails was the answer. So I wrote the question, how did the shoe get lost? Next is, the kingdom was lost because the battle could not be fought. How did the kingdom get lost? The last is, the battle was lost because there was no rider. How did the battle get lost? So the first question is, how did the shoe get lost? Second is, how did the kingdom get lost? And at last we have, how did the battle get lost? So this was the activity that we had to do today. We'll meet another time with another fun activity, poem or story. Until then, bye bye.